Hi everyone, it's Lisa here. Okay, so I have been posting pictures on Instagram of my new way that I've been doing Project Life. So if you've been following me on Instagram or Facebook, you've been kind of seeing pictures of me doing it my own way. And I just want to kind of do a little bit of a backstory before I get into the whole process video. So if you want to just skip forward this part and you just want to see the art part of it, by all means, skip ahead. So, but if you're interested in the story on how I kind of came up with it, continue on watching. So, I started doing Project Life the very, very typical, have the binder, have the page protectors, put the picture into on a 3x4, 4x6, put it in the pocket, journal, blah, blah, blah. And I got about 3 weeks, 4 weeks in, and I was already frustrated because I felt like I was very much bound by this little 3x4, 4x6, 4x4, whatever size of pocket. And I felt like I don't know, my brain is a lot different this year. So I don't know if you guys have been watching me for a while, but I have definitely taken on a more artistic, I don't know, genre, mindset. I don't know even what you want to call it this year. I've been very much all involved into art making. So Inspiration Wednesday or What's Up Wednesday or art journaling. I don't know. My brain has taken a full tilt. And I was like, well, I don't want to just stop doing Project Life because I do like how, you're documenting pictures in your life and everything else. But I wanted to do something different. I just felt like this wasn't me and I needed to figure out what was for me. So I kind of had a light bulb moment. It was like the aha off Oprah moment, or however they say it. I had my aha moment. So I was sitting here in my craft room and I'm like, I could totally do my Project Life in an art journal based form. And then I was like, but what about, then I started thinking, okay, so what about the binder, or what am I going to put it in? Like, how am I going to put my pictures in, and how am I going to work my journaling? And what happens if I have papers that come in, like the report cards and stuff like that? Like, how am I going to kind of incorporate that all in to my art journal based system? So I was trying to think of stuff, and I think I've got it all worked out. It's not to say that problems won't come up later, but I think I've got it all worked out. So I'm going to show you what I've been working in, just so you guys get an idea. This is the Canson Mixed Media book, and it is 11 by 14 inches, and it's mixed media paper, and you get 60 sheets in here. Now, here's my thinking. 60 sheets back to back, that's 120 pages. I should, by rights, be able to fill this, and even if it's a little chunky, I'm okay with that. Right now, I've got about I think 4 pages in, and it's not bad, but I figure I can always rip the pages out and make some room, because I should be okay. And if not, I'll just get another book. Now here's the beautiful part. This book is $16 versus a binder that is, say, like $30. And then the page protectors, and then the cards, and then everything else. And then the nice part is also with this system is I don't have to worry about the backside. I don't have to worry about where to put my I have a 4x6 this way, but my picture on the other side is this way. Like, how do I make it work? I don't have to think about that anymore. There's less stress. So I wanted to make it work. Now, the first few pages I did, I wanted to put those into this book because I didn't want to have already started a Project Life binder and then have this one on top of it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to incorporate them in. So this is the layout that you're going to see in this video. And you can see I just incorporated, those 3x4s and 4x6s into here. Now, do you get as many? Here, let me move it this way. Does that work? No. Let me move this way. Okay, so if I don't get as many of those 3x4s and 4x6s in here, but I don't typically take a lot of pictures or have a lot of journaling. So this is kind of one of those weeks where I do, because I have my resolutions over here. So you can just see, like, it's already kind of adapting. So this is the next one. And you can see, like, this is the one that I already did Project Lifestyle. So I just wanted to change that. Then this is one that I hadn't started already. Now, I just did paint for this one. There was no 3x4 cards. I just did just paint. And I do like that system. I do like mixing in the 3x4s and the 4x6s. And I painted everything black around. Now, I have been doing the 52 questions in 52 weeks. And what I like about this is I can put my journaling anywhere. Now, I put my question here, week 3, and it's like, tell me about your dad, who he was, what his name is. And everything that's in white around these pictures is all information about my dad, where he was born, where he grew up, where he went to school, he passed away, and it all explains all that. And I can write it all around my pictures, and it doesn't interfere with my pictures or take anything away. Then this is the last one I did, and then here's my week 4 question, and it's all again about my mom, and I have it up here wrote in this block. And so it's separate, but still all very much apart. And I like the fact that I can mix in some art journaling, kind of doodle in up in here. I like the fact that I can, mix in my Project Life cards. I can, have my little box of journaling. It looks very, very much like an art, or not like an art journal, but with Project Life. Almost like the old time scrapbooking layouts or pages that they had, where they'd stick the picture down with some pattern paper and they'd have a little story, but mine's just a little bit more artistic. And I'm so happy. I cannot tell you. I haven't been this excited to do Project Life in years. So I feel like this is so much me. Now, is this for you? I don't know. Maybe it is. Do I have to worry about archival? Probably. Am I? No. Because I wanted to do something for me. I wanted to finally be happy. And honestly, if my kids don't like it, I'm not even worried about it. I am having fun right now, and that's all that's important to me. And I feel like this is finally who I am. This is me. This is my style. So will I continue to do it next year? Maybe, maybe not. But for right now, I'm having too much fun to even worry about it. So I'm going to continue on and jump into the whole little process video for showing you how I made the first page. Now there is going to be a lot more process videos to come because I am having so much fun with this, and I hope you guys maybe try it out in just a little pocket and just see if it's something you like and incorporate it into your project life. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I am here now with the process video for this particular page. Now, again, I'm working in that 11 by 14 mixed media book, and it is the coil bound. And my reasoning with the coil bound was just in case it got super chunky, I could rip out some pages. So I'm coming in with this Dilutions paint, and I'm using the baby wipe technique. So I'm just literally getting a little bit of paint on the baby wipe, and then I'm just spreading it around, and it's just going to make this really soft kind of pattern. And then I'm taking, I believe that's the turquoise one, the Tropicana turquoise, and then I'm taking the lemon zest, I think is what it's called, and I'm spreading that around. And then I'm going to come in with is it the pink or is it red? Yeah, it's the pink. It's the bubblegum pink. It looks red on here, but it's really a pink. And so I'm just gonna blend that out over top of these pages, and I'm just gonna let it dry. Now, I like the Dilutions paint because, especially for something like this, it dries really fast. And especially like if I'm gonna be journaling on top of what I already have here, I want it to dry fast. So that's kind of where my thought was for using the Dilutions paint. Now I'm going to be just kind of spreading out my pictures all over. Now these ones were already in the 12 by 12 albums, so you know, a lot of them are already on page, the little 4 by 6s and 3 by 4s. Now rather than, you know, doing it all over and ripping those pages or pictures off, I'm just going to put them into into the layout just like this. Now, I kind of made a mistake here, and I understand what I need to do now is I use spray. Now, these are the dilution sprays. Now, they're all water soluble, and water and fluid medium like glue does not go hand in hand very well. I do like this background texture, but you're gonna see, like, if I go to like glue my pictures down, I have to be extremely careful because that it is wet, and that paint will, or that spray will leach up. So what I do is I'm taking some fluid matte medium to stick down my pictures. It's just a really good glue to kind of hold everything down. And I'm just going to put my paint little jars on top of it, and that's just going to make it stay while I'm gluing on to the next one. So now while that is drying over on that side, I'm going to take the same paints again, and I'm going to go over to the other side and do the same sort of baby wipe technique and blend everything out, and then using the exact same colors, the same process, but I'm just going to let everything dry on the other page before I can move back. And again, I like using the dilutions paints just because they dry really, really fast. So again, using the bubblegum pink and the lemon zest and the, I think it's the Tropicana teal. So this time, instead of using the stencil with the sprays like I did on the other one, I'm going to come in with the, this is the darker blue paint. It is called, it's called London Blue. So it's a little bit of a darker blue. And now I'm going to come in with the teal one, and I'm going to use this other stencil. And this is like, I think it's called the Large Circles by Dilutions. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to come in with the yellow paint, and I'm going to come in with this tiny circle one. It doesn't really work all that well. You just get like a hint of color. But it does, you know, add a little bit of something. And a lot of this is going to get covered up by the pictures, but wherever I have a blank space, I at least can maybe see that pop of yellow come through. So now I'm just going to start laying all of my little resolution cards out, and they're just going to get glued down. I'm not going to do anything else to them other than just glue them on the page just like that. And you know, no funny business, no fanciness. I'm just going to glue them down, take those little dilution paint jars and put them down so that way they can dry while I'm moving on to the next one. So now that that other side is all dry, I'm coming around these pictures just to define them with well, I tried a black Sharpie, but it didn't work. So now I'm pulling out my Sharpies, and I found this gold one, and it worked, but it wasn't as bright as I wanted to, so I'm going to go around with it later with a black pen. And again, I'm just going around everything, just kind of defining it. And I like the fact that it's kind of like brings your eye towards those pictures. It kind of gives it a little bit of definition from the background. And I'm just doing like some really sketchy lines. There's no like super straight lines. And then I'm going to draw in a little box beside this little picture here. And I'm just going to do some of my journaling on the side, just so that I can make sure I can fit all my journaling in right beside that picture. I wrote in the week that I changed up my project life, and then I put the date. So that way I know what date I started doing it this way. And then again, on this other side, I'm just going to draw boxes around each one of these little cards just to define them. And that's pretty much it. You're going to see some close-ups of the finished layout at the end. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.